My confession is I hate my hair. I have a channel all about hair and I am a hairstylist. I used to work behind the chair. I do not work behind the chair anymore because my shoulders are shot, as is my back. However, I did hair for 20 plus years and I hate my hair. And I'm not making this video because I'm looking for, I'm not fishing for compliments. I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not really looking for any validation. The reason I'm making this video is because I know after having worked doing hair for 20 plus years that this is relatable, that there are many people that I've had sitting in my chair who absolutely hated their hair. They either hated it for that season of their life or they hated it their whole life. And so I thought I would come on here and just share this with you, that having a YouTube channel, knowing how to work with hair and having all the knowledge that I have still does not make any of us exempt from having points in our lives where we're not happy with what our hair is doing. And now I've made a video in the past talking about perimenopause, which is the reason why I am not liking my hair right now. And I will go ahead and post that video up here where I talked about some of the changes that my hair has been going through and some of the things that I've been doing with my hair in order to deal with that. But that has not stopped me from really hating what's going on with it right now. Like, it's definitely way less curly, although some of the curl is coming back, but the ends are still really straight. And there are some spots in my hair that have no curl. I have waves. I have curl up at my roots with straighter ends. It's the hot mess. And the other issue that I'm dealing with is my hair is getting softer and slipperier, which doesn't sound like a really bad thing to have because my hair is very healthy and I am thankful for that. I know that the issues that I have with my hair, like the reason why I said I don't really want any sort of sympathy is because I know that I'm not going through some of the things that other women who are going through menopause go through. I am not dealing with hair loss. My hair isn't becoming super dry and brittle and breaking and all of that. So I know that I am very, very fortunate. But like I said, the reason why I wanted to come on here and talk about this is because I do feel like this is something that a lot of people can relate to. And just because I do have healthy hair that is still high density doesn't mean I always have to like it or like what it's doing. And right now I don't. The soft slipperiness that it's having means that whatever little bit of wave my hair has, my hair doesn't want to hold on to, and it just kind of comes right out. And so yeah, it's making life difficult. And this is part of the reason why I haven't filmed in a long time. Part of it is I have been really busy at work, haven't really had a whole lot of time. But when I would look at my hair during editing, I just hated it. I hated looking at it, and it just made it really hard to be motivated to film when I did have a little bit of time to film. Like, I could have found or just made the time. Like, if there's something you really want to do, you will find the time to do it. And it was really hard for me to be motivated to do that when I just wasn't happy with anything that I was seeing during the editing process. And so that is part of the reason why I haven't been filming, is because of that. And because of how busy I am. And also I know that I could have made content about this and talked about the ways that I'm dealing with my hair, but to be quite honest, I just wasn't. It was summer, it's hot. I tend to wear my hair up all summer long anyway because of how hot it is. My hair is high density. It's dark for the most part, except for the grays. So it gets hot really fast. Like it's hot. And couple that with hot flashes and it just goes up. So it spent all of its time in a bun throughout the entire summer. I also wear my hair up when I'm at work because I don't like it hanging in my face and driving me nuts and making me hot. Hot is the theme here, not hot in a good way. It's hot, flashy, hot. So I haven't been doing anything with it. I've been dealing with it by just not dealing with it, by just putting it up in a bun and calling it a day and pretending it doesn't exist. So there really wasn't any content to make as to how I was dealing with my uneven curl pattern. And to be quite honest, as far as dealing with uneven curl patterns, there isn't a whole lot that you can do about it unless you want to artificially make the less curly parts more like the curly parts by either doing finger coils, and then you'd have to pin them. So basically do pin curls and let them dry that way so that they'll stay that way, or use a curling iron to touch it up after it's dry, or to just make all of your hair straight. But those are temporary solutions, and they're gonna, gradually fall out or relax or whatever throughout the day. And then, or if humidity gets to your hair and you've straightened it, then it's gonna do wonky things there too. There's more permanent solutions, like you could get a perm and that would make your curl pattern even, and it would stay that way until the perm grows out, or get it permanently straightened. So aside from those things, there really isn't a whole lot that you can do to make all of your curl pattern blend together, unless you're looking to put in that extra time and effort to make the less curly parts match the curly, or to make it all kind of less curly or straight. So there's just not a magic solution. And I know a lot of people would like a magic solution. Trust me, I would love to be able to provide that, but there just isn't with an uneven curl pattern. And I'm not somebody who is going to take the time to make my less curly parts match the curly parts or anything like that. I kind of let it do whatever it's gonna do. And, if I'm not gonna put it all up in a bun, then maybe what I might do is do a part up, or, half up, half down, or pin some pieces back. That's also an option, but it's not gonna change your curl. It's not gonna make your curl pattern magically all blend together. And even without the hormonal craziness that is perimenopause, a lot of people have differing curl patterns. Like, this is not just unique to the situation that I'm in. I had multiple curl patterns before getting into this. And a lot of other people do as well. And I know a lot of people really want the magic answer that's going to make their hair just all be the same, and it isn't. So as far as providing content around that, that's why I didn't do it, because one, I wasn't doing anything with it, and two, there's just not a lot of options there that don't require either a lot of work or chemically damaging your hair. And, during this process, I did film a video a couple months back, a review video, and I'm gonna have to redo it because it was bad. The product didn't really work well for me, and normally that's not an issue if a product doesn't work for me, because I have a bunch of experience to draw on, working with hundreds of heads of hair, all different types. And so if a product doesn't work for me, I do have a very good idea as to the type of hair that it will work for. And I more evaluate the quality of the products and what they're capable of and who they would be the best for, without it having to be good for me, just because of that background and that knowledge and my experience. I can usually separate that. But in that video, I let my frustration with my hair get the better of me, and it just was not good. And I didn't even go back and look at it and edit it or anything like that. I will probably redo it, and I might just change up how I typically do my reviews, because I usually do reviews where I do it 3 days. I will give you my first impressions as I'm trying it out on my hair and talk about it. And then I'll show you days 2 and day 3, how well it held up and what my thoughts are. And I'm thinking of kind of changing that. I mean, I've been doing a lot of the same things for a long time, and things are starting to get a little repetitive. And I know that if I'm getting a little bit bored because of the repetition, that you guys are probably also getting bored because of the repetition. So I'm going to try to change that up. I know that I get a lot of requests for certain videos, and I've tried to do those in the past, and they generally don't come they generally don't perform very well, so they can drag my channel down. So it's kind of this balance of, you know, trying to try new things, but at the same time, giving people what it is that gets the views, which are the favorites videos and the product review videos. Those always perform so much better than a lot of the other videos that I have. So I just need to find new ways of kind of freshening those up a little bit, and then find other ways to bring different content to you as well and add that in. So I guess this is not just a video talking about my hair, but apparently I'm just gonna blab to you about why I haven't been on here and what I'm feeling about my channel at the moment and the direction it's gonna go in. For those of you who don't wanna hear any of this, completely understand. I've said all I needed to say about my hair situation at this point, so you can go ahead and check on out if you want. Completely understandable. For those of you who want to hear about what's happening in my channel or my life or whatever going forward, those of you who have been around and are invested in me as a person and would like to know, then feel free to stick around. I love to have you. So a while back, I put up a post or a poll about potentially adding in some nail content, because that's another thing that I have an interest in. I don't have just interest in hair. I mean, I do. I was a hairdresser. See, look, this is driving me insane. I don't know. Anyway, okay, I should have probably pinned that up or clipped it back. I don't know. Anyway, so nails are something, I don't just have interest in hair. I do like doing hair. I mean, it was a passion of mine for a very long time. It's still a passion of mine, and I did it as a career and I loved it. And I still love hair and talking about hair and all of that. But I have other interests, and I have a cosmetology license, which encompasses more than just hair. Even though I used it to do hair for my career, there's a lot more to it. And there were a lot of those things that I really enjoyed when I was in cosmetology school, but I just chose to pursue hair as my career. But I do like doing nails, and when I was doing hair, I couldn't really wear nails because I didn't know anything about hard gel at the time, which would have been great for a hairdresser because our hands are in water. Acrylic does not work very well if your hands are constantly in water because acrylic is porous, which is why you can soak them off. A hard gel you cannot soak off, you have to file it off because it's not porous, and that would have been great, but I didn't know anything about it. And for the past couple of years, I've been doing my nails, as many of you have noticed, and I love doing them. And I started off by doing hard gel and playing around with that. And then about 7 or so months ago, I don't know, back in March, I switched to acrylic, and I haven't worked with acrylic since cosmetology school. And in cosmetology school, we basically learned how to make an acrylic 2x4. We didn't learn a whole lot, and we definitely didn't have colored acrylic, which is what I have on right now. I have black colored acrylic with the glitter, and you can tell that these are very grown out and need to be redone. So I will actually do these and film it, and I'm going to start releasing nail content. I know that there's a lot of you who are not interested in nail content because, like I said, I did that poll, and it was definitely more in favor of sticking with just hair content. And I understand that, and I get that, and I will be releasing both hair and nail content. What I would like to ideally do is, you know, every other video. One would be hair, the next one would be nails, hair, nails, hair, nails. That's ideally what I'd like to do, but we will see. Like I said, I know that that's not gonna be everybody's cup of tea, and that's completely understandable. You came here for the hair and you want hair content. You will still get hair content. That's not going away. I just may be doing different things and expanding out, and not necessarily sticking with curly hair content either. So we'll see how that all plays out. I just really need to start playing around and freshen things up and kind of do some different things. As far as posting more often, I would love to be able to get back to one video per week. It's what I'm going to aim for, but I can't necessarily promise that because the other big project that's happening in my life, and it's big, it's really big. So I bought a van, a Chevy Express van, 2018 Chevy Express van. I am going to be building it out so I can live in it. I'm gonna be a van lifer. I'm tired of paying rent, and in the beginning of my van life, I will still be tethered to one spot because of a job. But I do hope to, at some point, not be tethered to one place and that job and be able to travel full time. I don't know when that'll happen, but yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And there will be crossover content because I will be addressing how to deal with your hair while living in a van and not having an onboard shower, which I won't have because I can't stand up in a Chevy Express. I will have a sink and running water so I can wash my hair in the sink. So there will be some content surrounding that for anybody who's curious as to what it might be like to have to deal with all of this hair while living in a van, because this is a lot of hair. I did just cut it, and that kind of helped with some of the situation that we have going on. But yeah, so I'm gonna be pretty busy building that out because I'm pretty much gonna be building it by myself. I may get a pair of hands to help here and there with some heavy stuff, with some heavy lifting, but for the most part, it's gonna be all me. So that is a huge project that's gonna take up a lot of time. I will be filming it for anybody who's curious. It will not go on this channel. I'm actually gonna start a second channel, a van life channel. I know, not another van life channel. Maybe I should call it that, I don't know. That actually might be a good name for a channel, maybe. But anyway, I'm not really starting that second channel because I hope to make it big. If it does, I mean, that would be great. That would be super awesome. It's more because I really want to document this stage of my life. Just document myself building out the van and showing others that even if you're by yourself and you don't have help, you can do this. Like, you don't have to have building experience. You don't have to know all of these things. We have access to information where you can learn about all of this and just do. So that's part of the reason. And then also any travels I go on, because even while I'm tethered to my job on my days off, I do plan on driving like maybe a couple hours away from here and going on a little mini adventure or something like that, little camping trips here and there. So those will be filmed. And then once I am traveling full time, then obviously all of my adventures will be filmed. Then, I'll just be filming and documenting my life. And part of it is so that my kids can kind of see where I am and what I'm doing. And then for any of my future grandchildren, I just think that having this be archived would be something great for them because, I don't have any now, but when I do, and by the time that they're old enough to really know me, I will be older than what I am now. And I may not be doing the things that I'm doing now or the adventures that I'll be going on soon. And it would be, I think, kind of cool for them to be able to look at these videos and see, oh, this was grandma. She did this. She built this. She went traveling and she did these things. This is kind of cool. And get to know that part of me that existed before they existed or while they were too young to really know me that well or understand. And then the other thing is just for me, because you never know what life is going to throw at you, and you never know when mobility issues are going to slow you down, and I may not be able to live in a van or travel or do adventures for very long. I don't know what the future holds. None of us really do. So it would be kind of cool to have those things on camera, on film, or in videos so that I can kind of look back on them and relive them and be like, I did that. That was me. Those were things that I did. I did that. Like, I lived in a van and I drove and I enjoyed my life post-children. So that is going to be what I'm going to be doing as well. So anyway, I just felt that I really needed to come on here and talk to you about what's been going on, why I haven't been filming, and to let you know that I am a real person, that just because I know a lot about hair and I know how to deal with the situation and I could get creative with, up styles and all that kind of stuff, that all of that doesn't change the fact that sometimes hairdressers hate their hair too. That we're still people, we're still humans, and we can still look in the mirror and be like, What? Why? What is going on? Why you gotta do this to me? So, and especially during this stage of life for those of you who are also dealing with menopause and all of the changes that come with that, the changes to your body, the changes to your brain not functioning like it used to, the brain fog, the forgetfulness, it just, you know, it just seeps into every part of your life. Like your body doesn't feel right. It doesn't move right. Your hair isn't doing normal things and nothing's doing anything normal. And what the F, man? Like, it's just, you know, it's insane. And we are susceptible to it. Those of us who are hairdressers are still susceptible to the stuff that's going on and don't always have the magic pill to fix everything, because not everything can be fixed with a magic pill. In fact, most things can't. I really don't know how well this video is gonna do, but yeah, that's my confession. I hate my hair right now. I may not always. I'll learn. I'll learn to adapt and to change and to deal with it. And I am grateful for not losing my hair. I am grateful that my hair is still very healthy. I am incredibly grateful. Don't get me wrong. I know I have a lot to be grateful about. I know I have a really nice head of hair and that there are a lot of people who would love to have my hair. I see it all the time in the comments. Thank you. You don't, that like literally makes my day. You don't even know, you know, but as I was saying, I will adapt, figure it out, continue to move forward, and I will try to post more content dealing with this situation as we move forward, because now it's no longer summer. I'll be wearing it down maybe a little bit more often. I don't know. Can't make any promises there either, because I'm going to be working a lot on my van and it's going to be in my way, so it's probably going to be up a lot then too. So yeah, sorry this video is kind of rambly and a little bit all over the place and a little bit disorganized. Part of me wants to just delete it and start all over, and part of me just wants to leave it because this is reality. Like, this is real, and I want it to stay real. I want it to be something that people can relate to, and sometimes we're rambly. Sometimes we're disorganized. Sometimes stuff happens and there's no sense to be made of it. At the end of the day, I mean, is it the end of the world that my hair is doing weird things? No. I am still overall very healthy, I'm still active. I have a job where I'm constantly in motion. You know, I have a lot to be grateful for. Like I said, I just wanted to keep this rambly, or not rambly. No, I didn't want it to be rambly, but I wanted to keep it real. So I'm sorry that this video has gotten a little bit rambly and has jumped around all over the place. That's just kind of where my brain is at right now. But anyway, I just want to say thank you for watching this video. Thank you for all of you who still support me, even though I haven't been on YouTube for a little while. Thank you for being here, and there are some more things to come, and we'll just see how that's going to shape up in the future going forward. So if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. And as always, thank you for watching.